Hey, I'm Will.
I'm Margot.
And this is our van Coco. It's a Ford E150 from 2000. Obviously, this is where we sleep. We can fold it up during the daytime if we want. So this folds up and then this would just become a couch. But to be honest, we haven't done that often.
Most of kitchens in vans are very small. I'm a chef and I'm just passionate about cooking. So this is very important for me. Here I've got some jars that I can put some bulk things, and I've got all of this storage there for groceries. We've got more storage here and more storage there, and here's all of my plates and pots and cutlery, and we can actually have a table if I take this and if I put it there, just slide it, and that can be extra chopping board place for cooking or just eat it. I can cook inside, so here's our propane bottle. We can leave it here, but it extends all the way to out of the car. We've got a little table we just put here, and we just cook outside. I did the sink. We don't use it as a sink. It's just like extra storage. But if we do want to do our washing or anything we need a bucket for, we can just go outside with it. The sticks were here, and actually he had way much more sticks than that, but I thought, when it's too much, it's just a bit too much, so I took a few off that I actually reuse in here and at the back. This one to make a little decoration, and we can put our keys here. So we basically use all of the woods from before, and I reuse, this is reclaim. Yeah, everything is reclaim.
Yeah, I don't think we bought any.
But nothing.
So
the only
handy
thing
for us.
The only thing I bought was a circular
saw. No.
That's all.
I have to admit, we've not actually used it once.
No.
It was in the van when we bought it, and yeah, you can play DVDs. So if we ever had a cold night, we could put on the TV, but that's not really our.
No.
Yeah, that's not us.
We live like this for the outside, not for.
Yeah, we came to Canada for the hiking, right? And the outdoors.
The thing about this TV though is we don't have a second battery for the car, so the electricity works from the inverter we have, but it's actually connected to the battery of the car. So if we wanted to watch a 2 hours movie, we have to run the car, and that's a bit silly.
A high-tech water system, not high-tech at all. Got that from Walmart for like $12, 25 litres of water, and we probably go through that every 3 or 4 days. So we fill up where we can, which has sometimes been a battle, as I'm sure you're probably aware. We use an app called iOverlander, which gives you nice free campgrounds, Vanlife tips. So we usually can find a water source through that app, or just nice people we meet. It is sitting on top of a generator. Another thing we've never used.
Yeah.
If we ever need.
If we wanted to go off grid for a little while, then we can just set that up and actually watch a movie if we wanted to. Underneath here, emergency toilet over here, and you light it up, and that's it. Over here we've got a lot of camping gear. We've got plugs if we need electricity, and this is my craft box over here.
Margot just remade this little drawer. We just keep our sort of everyday things back here. So camp chairs, gas if we need gas.
And that's our
got
solar shower.
Solar shower. Just some other storage for
The tools.
tools, emergency petrol if we need. We use this that we just got from
for
Canadian
lighting.
Tire.
We just go to bed when it's dark and we wake up with the sun. So
If we want a bit of, you want to close your house at night time, you just slide it across. Just
Yep.
fit in and attach to the back of the back windows, so also we can keep the light out from the back as well. We just use these also to keep the light out.
we can pull this one.
And then we have another one here. So they're just some cheap reflectors that you can just fit in if you want to keep the light out.
And how do you make sure that your van doesn't get too hot inside?
Well,
That's our biggest
we can't.
issue. We can't. So we found the past few weeks it's been hot, because it has been hot. And then also when we were living in Calgary, and when we left Calgary in
It
sort
was
of
still
March,
cold.
it was cold.
So we had some nights of -10, and when we knew it was going to be -20, we actually didn't sleep in the car.
It was too cold. Had a great time in Canada, but COVID's changed our plans up. And as I said, I'm Australian, she's French. We're trying to get to either of those countries. She can't come to Australia, but we're probably leaning towards France and buying another van and living the van life in France.
And insulated this time.
Yeah, learn from our mistakes, right?
This is the front of Coco. So this is mostly a William spot. He does the most of the driving. We've got this little fridge here that we can just plug in when we're traveling. We mostly use it for storing our snacks.
We have this map that we've just put on the floor here, which is a map of Canada. And
We had it previously in our van we had before. We used to put it on the roof, so when we go to bed we always look at where we're going next, and it got quite destroyed, but I thought it would be a nice way to reuse it and just had a bit more
inspire our
decoration.
travels. We moved into the van basically because we were traveling. As I said earlier, neither of us are Canadian, and we originally thought van life would be a great way to see the country, and from there we've just really enjoyed it. It's nice to always be able to have the freedom to be on the go if you want, or if you'd like to stay somewhere for a while, you can. There's nothing holding you down. I think that's probably why we enjoy it the most. But we're not paying rent, you're not stuck. The world's your oyster.
The fact that we have a small place, a small house, also make us buying less.
Yeah,
like
we buy a lot
in
less things.
general, and that's totally a lot of money saving.
We don't buy things that aren't necessary or aren't 100%, well, besides
Apart
my
from
books
too
and
many
hats. But yeah, we've got a limited amount of space, so you've got to be careful with what you're buying, and because it takes up space, right? I think it's very much less wasteful. Margot in particular is very big on saving the planet and having less waste, recycling, reusing, and making the most out of anything, so that giving it the most life that it can.
We don't have a fridge, well, we just have this little fridge, but we basically just buy things fresh as we need.
We also try to buy things that don't have plastic or don't use plastic.
Well, also we've been doing dumpster diving a lot, especially living in Calgary, which is crazy to see the amount of waste. We live 8 months in Calgary. We never spend any money on any vegetable and fruit in 8 months. We wanted to keep doing it as we travel, but because of COVID, after a few times I just stopped because I wasn't comfortable about it. So, but now in Ontario there's a lot of farms around, so we're trying to find little places where we can buy the produce directly from them.
I would say the biggest challenge is finding somewhere, especially with COVID, where it's safe to park and spend time. Finding a washroom is always difficult, especially now because all the public washrooms are closed, so that's been a battle. And then sometimes it does become a little bit of a battle finding fresh water.
I was my parents always had a Harvey, and we were always using the Harvey for weekends, so that's something I'm really used to. And the fact that we've both been traveling a lot and just with one backpack, so we already knew what was minimalism, like having just a little bit, and we never had big houses like little studio, and so it just happened naturally, and I'm the one always trying to push it a bit further, saying no more hats.
Living with less probably wasn't a huge change for us. It was just the next step. For me, it's just great to meet people from all different parts of the world and hear about their lives and just their culture and how they live their life. That's what I enjoy the most. Yeah.
Like for us, just working full time and having 5 weeks or even 4 weeks or even only 3 weeks off per year seems not enough.
You don't get to spend quality time
In
doing
your time
things that you enjoy.
Yes.
Because you're too much of a slave to the work, right? And we both enjoy working, but we want to do something that's right for us.
Originally in Calgary, where we work all winter, I was working as a chef in a restaurant, morning shift.
And I was working in the hotel industry, so
Mornings
it makes it
or
tricky
evenings,
in
night
the van.
shift. But here we're doing something completely different, and that's good for a change. So we're living in a golf course, and I am working in a golf course. I'm just doing some landscaping.
And I'm working for a landscaping company, just doing some grunt work. I got the job because my boss is a member of the golf club and knows the owner of the golf course, so it's who you know, not what you know. I guess the main advice I would say was, and I learnt the hard way, is don't put too much pressure on yourself for it to be perfect in your head. It's not like Instagram where everyone just rolls up to the waterfall and looks out over from the back of their van. And I think I'm learning to be more patient. You've got to be more patient and more. I think I'm a pretty laid back type of guy, but also I'm trying to be more laid back when something goes wrong. Like it's not the end of the world when you get a flat tire.
Is it? Isn't it? Well, it's just the fact that we live in such a small place, even though we like the outdoors, is even pushing us to be more in the outdoor and do more things outside. For me, it's just giving me more ideas. Like, it's getting me very creative to live in a place like this, trying to find of ways in a tiny place to have this working or this, and make me more creative.
Probably the philosophy I try to live would be to experience as much as you can and meet as many people and just be friendly. Good things happen to good people. Make sure you name your van. Doesn't have to be Coco, you can call it, I don't know, Rex. Give it a human name. But we found naming your van makes it feel like it's part of the team.
But you make fun of me because I talk to the car every morning when I wake up or anytime. How's it going? And it just thinks I'm crazy, but
it's like a pet.
Sort of. She's part of the team.
Yeah, she's part of the family.
She takes us to places, and when he's grumpy on the road or there's something wrong with the car we need to fix, and he's a bit grumpy, I say, like, just to be more calm because she might get offended.
We can look on Margot's Instagram if you'd like. Crafted Adventures.
Yeah. With Van.
Yeah.
V-A-N.
Yeah. There you go. Original. But we're not too. We don't have a great big social media presence.
Yeah.
We're just doing it for ourselves.
Thank you all for watching. Click the playlist on the right to watch more alternative dwelling documentaries and tour videos. Click the playlist on the left to watch a new series that I'm producing. It's called The Homestead, and it follows our journey from van life to homesteading and beyond towards sustainability and balance with nature.